Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elias, and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were conquering Mars. We defeated the Mars dungeon after finding a second one, and was able to get the Tier 3 rocket schematic. So let's go ahead and open that up, just because we can. Unlock schematic. And Tier 3 rocket. We will get to that another time. I don't know what the quest is for that. I think it is literally just make the rocket. Galacticraft Tier 3 rocket. Yeah, we just need to make the Tier 3 rocket. So that is going to take a little bit of time. That's going to unlock another quest. And then we'll get Tier 4, Tier 5, Tier 6, all the way up to Tier 9. And do we really need to do all those? Yes and no. Yes, we do, but at the same time, we mostly just need to get to Mercury for right now, and then after a bit, we'll need to get to Jupiter. And then after that, we'll need to get to Neptune, I think, is what has the white gems. So we can take a look at it. So currently we need Mercury. Mercury ingots is the important thing because they are used for a lot of things. But most importantly, things like ME drives and these logic expansion cards, which the 100 level is required for the amplification crystals, which make the item fabricator, which we need for something else. I don't remember what off the top of my head. It also makes it might be the inscriber. I don't know. But we'll figure that out later. It also makes the last furnace of the better furnaces, and I think that's about it that we need from Mercury at that point, but definitely some things that we need in order to get into applied energistics. So, is it the inscriber that requires something? I feel like it is. Carbon wafers, carbon, which is tier 4, I believe. Yeah, it is on Venus, so that shouldn't be too bad. And what else is it? The controllers, maybe, if I can spell controller. Where is it? I am not seeing the ME controller. Let's just type ME and it should be here. Conduits. Where is the controllers? Right there it is. Alright, that requires osmium crystals, which requires a bunch of mechanism stuff. So I don't know. I don't remember what it was that required something from the logic expansion cards. The item fabricator, that was what we needed to make in order to get something, and I don't remember what, but it doesn't matter. Once we get to Mercury, we can get all of that stuff set up and all that kind of fun stuff, but then we're also going to need palladium, which is from Jupiter, and palladium is going to allow us to make some really cool stuff, most notably, what is that? Advanced fuel loader, the robot, which will allow us to make the digital miner, and that's going to make mining all these planets a lot easier. And then eventually we'll need gems. There's a couple different gems: white gems, red gems, and blue gems on Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter. And these guys are required for catalysts, as well as I feel like they're required for something else. Draconic cores. So yeah, they're kind of important. But we'll get to that stuff much later. We'll get to the next rocket probably in a couple of episodes. Today I want to focus on Britannia and getting a good bit of Terrasteel and getting Terrasteel automated. That I think is the most important thing to me right now. So that's what we're going to work on. So let's break that. And I need to grab my wand of the forest. We're gonna need that today, and probably a couple of other things, but we'll get to that as we go. So Oh, I got the spark. Never mind. Okay, so we'll get to that in just a second. There's one last thing I want to do before we do anything else. One, how are these guys coming? Almost there. We need to process some of this ore. So the ice I don't care about too much, but this desh ore, we really need to process it. The copper ore, don't care. Dense desh ore is one thing. The fallen meteor we'll keep down here. We'll keep the dense desh ore. I don't know if it's used for anything in particular other than getting more desh, but we have a stack of desh ore. What's the best way to process it? Smelting it gives you 1. Induction smelting with sand gives you 2. Alloy smelter QED with coal. Alright, well, I think we can handle that. So coal, we want as much of this stuff as we can get, so let's go the other way. That is 2 ingots, so yeah, I think the best way is QED. So it's not very fast, but it will work. And we'll just come check that in a little bit. So we need some mana quartz. First of all, we're going to pick up all this stuff. And we're going to move this over to the other side. The reason being is because I don't want it interacting with these 2 mana pools anymore. So we're just going to put it right over here. And honestly, right in here is going to be fine. So we just need to rebuild it. Not a concern. Lapis goes in the corners. Living rock. No, I did that wrong. Living rock goes in the corners. And lapis goes on the side. And living rock in the middle with the terrestrial agglomeration plate and a spark. Now we're going to need 1 more spark. And honestly, let's go ahead and remove the one that's on this mana pool. So, do I still have... Yeah, I have that alchemy catalyst. Let's put it on this guy. One of these days I will make a basement for this area. It does need it. I don't know what we'll put there, but we do need it. And we'll get there. So, we can put all that stuff back. We're going to need some more living rock. Do we have any in here? Just want to see. We do have living wood. We'll need that. And let's see. We're going to want another mana pool. And I think that'll be good. So we'll just put this mana pool, honestly, right over here. And now the fun part. I gotta remember how I want to set this up. So basically, let's go ahead and get... we have a mana tablet. We can feed this a little bit of mana. And just shift for a little bit. It doesn't need much because we're going to fill it up with Black Lotuses. And Black Lotuses. Combination of the two. And it's going to be really loud for a second. So apologies, but I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick. Go ahead and turn that off. Because we have so many Black Lotuses, this is what we're going to use for right now. But the system will work with either, because what we're going to do is we're going to set up a system that's going to be 2 different systems. We're going to have a vacuum chest that will pull items from here, so long as it is Terrasteel. It will only pull Terrasteel and put that into a drawer. Then we're going to have the 3 ingredients: the mana diamonds, mana pearls, and mana steel. That will get dropped on here periodically, and that will be the Terrasteel production. And then we need to keep this guy full of mana. So apologies for this, but it is super loud. I'm going to get away from it. But as you can see, a stack gives you a good bit of mana. So let's just throw all those in there. And we still have a lot. um, so we also need to drop stuff into this guy. And we need to do it based on how low it is. Luckily, there's some tools that's going to help us with that. Now, before we do too much more, let's see how are we doing on dash. This is done. I want to get one more. There we go. So that should be a quest. The quest for dash. And let's go ahead and get that. We also need the... Ooh, this unlocks a quest somewhere else. The cryogenic chamber. So let's take a look at that real quick. The cryogenic chamber is compressed dash and heavy plate. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and get this all compressed, because we're going to probably need to do that anyways. Is it 2 or is it just 1? Oh, wow, it's just 1. That is actually really nice. We'll go ahead and put this in here. Now, we don't have any meteoric iron. Now, what's the best way to process this guy? Usage. We need a PRC. And that requires, we're also going to need liquid ethylene. And hydrogen, which comes from electrolytic separator. What else? Hydrogen chloride, chemical infuser with chlorine, which comes from electrolytic separator of brine, which comes from a thermal evaporation plant. Yeah, that's not really good. So why don't we put that down and grab our fortune pick and break it and get 2. And then we can use this to get a little bit more meteoric iron. It's not very good, but it is what it is. There's better ways to get, there's going to be easier ways to get meteoric iron later. So we'll worry about that when we get there. But we'll see if we can't make the cryogenic chamber today. That would be kind of cool. So, what do we have? A basic reward bag. Let's go ahead and open it. We got cooking for blockheads. Not useful. Alright, so back to Britannia. So we have a couple of different things to set up. Let's focus on getting the mana production first. So one of the easiest things to do is a comparator. Comparators will work just fine for the mana pool. It doesn't care too much, so it will output a signal based on how full it is. Now, does Alexica Britannia tell us much about this? I don't remember. So let's see. Basics. Mana manipulation. So mana pool. Diluted mana pool. Okay, so tossing in resources. Let's see. A redstone comparator can also output a signal based on the contents. And that's all we know. So, and it tells you all the recipes for things. You can make biscuits of totality. I don't know what they do. I understand the reference, but I don't know what they do. Anyways, let's go ahead and put the comparator here. And lose. Great. Alright, we need to fix that like immediately. And I guess we'll just cook up some quartz. My pick is a little bit too powerful for this, so oops. Alright. Anyways, so let's go ahead and we'll get a redstone signal. We'll go this way. And I guess we need just a little bit of redstone just to see what the strength is at full, because I don't remember how it works. Are you actually? You are. How? F7. How did you get out? Not entirely sure. Did he spawn up here by chance? Or did he just get pushed out? He might have just got pushed out. Anyways, let's go ahead, and we have too much of this stuff. Put this away. Alright, so we need a little bit of redstone to see what kind of, like, signal strength we have. And that will remind me, because this is full. And so it is full power. So what we're going to want is we're going to want to set up a system that drops in a bunch of Black Lotuses, depending on how full, depending on redstone strength. So first thing we're going to want is we're going to want a way to pick them back up. So let's go ahead and make 2 vacuum chests. If I can spell vacuum, vacuum chests are really cool. They're pretty easy to make. Let's see, we probably need these guys, so 1, 2. We need more pulsating iron, so let's take this and some iron, and it made ender pearl dust. Oh well, that's whatever. So that is making pulsating iron now. Perfect. So we just need a decent number of those, and we should be able to make the vacuum chest. Now we're also going to want something from Draconic Evolution, but I don't remember what it's called. Draconic Evolution has an item. Rain sensor, no, is it Pent? I think it's this guy. Do we have the information, the tablet? We do. Perfect. So, what is it? The pentameter that I want, or is it something else? We'll see in just a second once I find it. Here we go. Simple redstone emitter that is capable of emitting a variable strength redstone signal between 0 and 15. Alright, so that I think is what we want. So we'll make one of those as well. Do we have enough? We have enough pulsating iron. So we're going to need one of those. 1, 2. And that shouldn't be too difficult to make. I think we're missing this guy. That is just iron, right? Yeah. There we go, pentameter. And then we're going to need the vacuum chest. So this guy, we're probably going to need to make the chests. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Perfect. The reason I made 2 is because we're going to need one for the Terrasteel as well. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to put the pentameter right here, and I think this in subtraction mode. 12, 11. We can basically bring this down to whatever we want, and so I think actually 8 to 7, and then. No, we need to do it the other way around, comparator. So, if this is lower than a... So, I think... Oh, is it... Oh, it's shift click. Okay, shift clicking this. So, let's put this at a 3. And we'll see if this works. But what that will do is that'll turn that into a signal of 3. And then we just have to cancel it out and then take redstone conduits to something and knot it. So redstone conduits. We're going to need a redstone torch as well. So let's see if it would be 3, 2, 1, and then this. And I think I can put the torch on the top. I'm not super good with vanilla mechanics, but I think that'll work. And then we can do this. And so something that we can check really easily is if we do this and break that, that is sending out a 3, and that is working how I want it to. Perfect. So that should work, and then that will give us our redstone signal. Now this is not particularly, we could probably make this lower and move this over. So let's do that. Because we want it to be low, but we don't want it to be completely empty. So 2, 1. So if we have this at 1, it'd be 1, 0. And that's what we want. So 2, I guess we'll do it like this. Move this torch. And I guess we need to bring this back to 1 lower. So 2. So 2, 1, 0. Put that there with the redstone torch on top. And then conduit. And then the conduit will go to where we're going to store everything. And then we're going to need a vacuum chest over here with a range. Actually, let's... Alright, we need to keep the magnet on. So we need the vacuum chest with a range of a little bit more than what we need, but not too far, because we don't want to absorb anything from over there. But we do need to put the vacuum chest up. I think right here will be good. And we'll put a filter on it. Range is 4. That should be fine. And we just need a couple things. So we need a filter. We're going to need 2 filters, so that's not a problem. Do we have any filters at this point? We do. So 2 filters. And see, this guy will get a filter. Whitelist the Black Lotuses. So if we throw anything else that we don't pick up, that won't pick it up. But if we throw this, it'll pick them all up very quickly. Now we need to, this is the tricky part. We need to have the Black Lotuses drop into the mana pool, which is not too bad. We just need to get an open crate or a dropper or something like that. I think an open crate will be the best. So we'll just make an open crate with living wood. I thought that's how you made open crates. It's living wood planks. So 1, 2. So we're gonna need 14 because we're gonna want 2 of these. You'll see why later. So that should be enough of everything. And we're gonna put that basically on top of here. Like right here. And we're going to put a hopper on top of that, which is going to give us access to everything we need. And I am, by the way, doing this on the fly, so it's not going to be pretty, it's not going to be efficient, it's hopefully going to work. That's really all I care about. So what's going to happen is when the power's low, so this guy is going to need a redstone signal. Wait, there we go. as well as the hopper going into the crate. And I'm trying to think. So what we're going to want is when that goes on, we need to reverse the hopper. That's the trick. So if I put that there and then go get another, actually let's use the mana quartz, because I think that'll be better, look prettier and all that kind of fun stuff. So if we put, alright, I need to keep my magnet on for right now anyways. We put the mana quartz here. So currently items will not go through, but signal gets destroyed. That did not work. So that does not transfer through there, but I bet what we can do is just send this up. Yeah, there we go. So that works. And then when redstone comes back on, it turns it back on. And that's what we want. So this guy is going to work without signal. And that should be everything we need. So the only thing left is to put down some sort of chest or drawer. Do we have, let's just do a chest, I guess. We're also gonna need some item conduits, and that should be about it. And what we can do honestly is just put the chest there. We fill that up with the Black Lotuses, and the hopper won't take anything until the mana pool is empty. And what we can do is just put item conduits like so down to this guy. This will be extract always active, and that'll be insert. So that is the simple, should be pretty simple to get all of this stuff. Now the reason we're using an open crate versus a dropper or anything like that is open crates, they're not crepes. Open crates always drop the item straight down. That is the cool thing about it, and that's why we're going to use another one here. This one's going to be a little bit trickier though, because we need a couple other things. So first of all, let's go ahead and get the open crate set up right here. We're going to have a vacuum chest right here that's always active. Range is 3, that should be fine. And it's going to be filtered for only Terrasteel, which I don't believe we have any. We're going to need a mana pearl, we're going to need mana diamonds, we're going to need mana steel. So let's make sure we have all that. So there is the mana steel and mana diamonds. Alright, and how this one is going to work is we're going to drop multiple items in here, one of each, and then whenever we'll put that on a cycle, we'll put it on a clock, and have a lever just to turn it all off. So we'll need a clock. That should not be too difficult. There are multiple types usually, but it looks like we just have a redstone clock from this, and it is not settable. not toggleable, like how long it is. So timer, that's what they're called. I knew we had this stuff. Alrighty then, so we need the circuit plates, which is just stone. Let's get a little bit. I want to make sure we don't have any of them yet. So circuit, we have one. Do we have any timers? I didn't look that up. Let's see, timer. No. Okay, so this will be pretty straightforward, hopefully. Let's go ahead and cook up 8 stone. And while we're waiting, let's go ahead and grab our dash from over here and the dash from over here. The compressed stuff. And I will work on getting stuff between episodes to fill up, to make the next rocket. So what we're going to want is we're going to want to drop 3 items exactly. Only three unique items. So what we can do is we can get hyper rationing pipes. I think that would work. That will only allow 1 item each into an inventory. And then we put that into a hopper. So let's go ahead and make a chest and all that fun stuff. Let's get hopper. We need a chest. No, not one of those. And there's the hopper. We're gonna want our chest. We're gonna want a couple chests. Actually, I think. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to do this like the most efficiently. There's probably better ways, and if there is, I will figure them out. As long as it works, it doesn't really matter. Eventually, we'll be able to grow Terrasteel, and the system doesn't make much difference at that point. So it's just a matter of getting it to work for the time being while we need it. So let's go ahead and get this timer. We're going to need a cathode. We're going to need a pointer. We're going to need 2 of these guys, as well as 3 of these guys. 1, 2, 3. And that should be the timer. Perfect. Put that stuff in there. What else are we going to need? We're going to need something. We're going to need the transfer nodes. And the hyper rationing pipes, which we'll need buttons. 6 buttons. And that should be everything we need for that. Except we need 1 more set. So let's get 2 sets of these hyper rationing pipes. Now, why we want to use hyper rationing? They only allow 1 item at a time. And that's what we want. So, what we can do is something similar. So we'll put a hopper above this with this guy. And now we need hyper rationing pipes. And cool little trick you can do is we are going to need to light things up, by the way. So let's just go ahead and put this guy here. Whoa, nope. Can't put that there. Like I said, I'm really good at redstone. Let's just put a torch there. Make things nice and lit up. So I guess let's put that guy there. We're gonna put chest there. I guess we'll put a chest here. And we'll keep this guy there. Oops. Need to put the chest down first. Chest here. So, transfer nodes like so, but they already connect. Well, you can actually put the hyper rationing pipe in the center, and it only will transfer one. It actually converts it, which is kind of cool. So what we need to do now is send very specifically each thing there to each one of these guys. And I think we're going to do that with just item conduits. And, oops. We're just going to do it with item conduits. And we're going to do it color-coded, I think. So we'll do something like this. And the reason we're going to do it like that is just to kind of save on resources. So I need more item conduits. I do need to make more, but we'll get to that another time. I'll do that between episodes. If I remember to. And we just need to do something like this. Alright, so anything on a hopper is going to be disabled. And see, this guy will be insert on green. This will be insert on brown. And this will be insert on red. And then what we'll have is something like this. And we're going to have some barrels or drawers. This mod pack doesn't have barrels, so we're going to have to use drawers. And let's see, what else are we going to need? We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need our key. And that's about it, actually. So one of these guys will be insert on blue. Let's do. And this will be extract always active on blue. This will be extract always active on green. Extract always active on brown. Extract always active on red. So we're just going to color code them because that's going to be the easiest way. And presumably, if I go ahead and put all these guys in here, they should fall through. And they did. Except for one of them. The mana diamond didn't go anywhere. Oh, because I put it in the wrong one. So this one is extract on green, always active. This one is insert on blue. So if we put those guys in there, they're going to get taken by this guy. That's fine for right now. Always active is what I want. And the only other thing we need to do is set up the timer. So this is going to be pretty easy. We just need a lever. And that should be about it. So we're going to put a lever here that is to get to work. Now this might not work. I actually don't know. So then we have a timer. We're going to set it to every 30 seconds. And that's not going to work. I don't think we need the timer, actually. Yes, we do, because we want that closed for 30 seconds, but it won't drop enough items. So what we need to do instead is hook these up to their own individual droppers. and every 30 seconds send them all out. So that's what we need to do. We need droppers. So droppers, that is right. That's how we do this. 2, 3. So we might have to move this stuff around just slightly. What's going to be the best way to do this? We might be able to... One, let's turn our magnet back on. So we don't need this chest. What we need instead is droppers. And can we actually set them so that they... I want to see if we give this guy a signal. Presumably they'll all go where we need them to go. And then all we need to do is put these guys on top with the hyper rationing pipe like so. And then we give all of the droppers. So one, these guys need to be disabled on the extract. And if the hopper is temporarily disabled, that's not a problem. It shouldn't be anyways. So we just bring this down here. And so let's see if this works. So if I throw in... Let's go ahead and turn this guy off. So if I throw in this stuff, that should be in each one of these guys, right? And there should only ever be one until this goes off. So we'll see if this works, and hopefully it does. We'll get a piece of Terrasteel, we'll set our filter, and everything will be good. Now, 30 seconds is a long time, but it doesn't need to be like super efficient. It just needs to work. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Compress steel. Let's go ahead and get that guy compressing. So there we go. And that should work because the hyper rationing pipes are keeping only one item in those hoppers. Now let's see if our timing is good. As well as if this mana pool requires more. So it's dropping. If we need to bring this out a little bit farther. But there is our Terrasteel. One, we can go ahead and filter. And that was just right, actually. Put the Terrasteel in there. Maybe 35 seconds. Just a little bit of safety. So the only thing that I need to kind of test is the mana dropping. So let's go ahead and let's get a bunch of these guys. Get mana steel and mana iron, or mana diamonds. And if this works, then we are pretty much good to go. So we just do this, this, and this. Turn that back on. Each one of these guys should only have one, whereas this is keeping all the rest. So that should work. This is better than the system I've built when I played this in single player, or I guess technically multiplayer. I played with my girlfriend, but this is better than the system I made before in this mod pack. So we'll see if it works. We need heavy duty plates for this guy, which is just heavy duty plates 1, which is steel, bronze, and aluminum. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, so steel, bronze, aluminum. Is this currently working? And that's working just fine. But it's not keeping up. So we need to make it better. Let's quickly go grab some Black Lotuses. And we also want to put that on the filter for the other guy. And it is keeping up, but not quite enough. So Black Lotuses would be fine. What we can do is we can make this a higher signal and just bring it out 2 more. So for example, if we wanted 1, 2, 3. So that's where we're at right now. We can just move this over 1. And adjust as needed. Something like that. And then we'll need, let's see, if we want that to be 0, 1, 2, 3. That should be better. But everything is working. We have Terrasteel ingots, and we currently have nothing left in here. So yeah, that's perfect. It works. Awesome. So let's go ahead and finish up this last quest that I want to do, which is just a matter of making a bed, and we can dump all this stuff in here. Now for the next episode, what I'm going to be working on is trying to get to the point of making a the next rocket, so that we can start working towards getting the next rocket and so on. So there's the heavy duty plates that we need. Literally the next tier of plates, if we look at the usage, is heavy duty plates 3 is literally just the compressed dash with the heavy duty plates. So it's not that it's difficult, we just need to do it. So let's go ahead and claim that reward. I don't know what it opens. We have 5 quests here. We've done a lot of this stuff, so I don't know what that opens, if it opens anything interesting or not. It might just be something you need to do. But yeah, so the next episode we are going to try to be making the next tier rocket, and with that we will head into let's see, there's a couple different places we can go, so I'm going to get things set up so that we can do just that and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Needed to do some automation. Wasn't a big deal. It looks messy, but it actually isn't that complex. The biggest thing is you need to make sure you have plenty of lotuses in there, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This system works fantastic. It might break, who knows, but once we have enough Terrasteel, it doesn't matter. But we're gonna need a lot of Terrasteel in order to make the Terrasteel seeds, because they require 4 blocks, plus the Tempera essence, which requires another block, plus compressed Gaia, which is basically another block. So a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, it should be pretty straightforward to get all the Terrasteel we need. So that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to work on the farm, I'm going to work on the rocket stuff, and go from there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!